Hey, what's up, Fox fam? Welcome back to some more stories, The Path of Destinies. How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. As the title suggests, I will be doing two of the similar stories again, just to get some more on the paper off to our right here. But of course, as always, as I need to say every time I do this, please don't forget hit that like button and sub if you have not already. Every one of those, including views, it really does motivate me. I greatly appreciate it because it does help me do a much better job of making good content to be viewed. And of course, as always, your help is greatly appreciated. Please spread the word about my channel. Any and all help and support, anybody you can send my way to sub and watch the content I have on my channel, I really do appreciate. So, oh, and always don't forget, turn that pesky autoplay feature off. Make YouTube stop using it so you don't get sent away from streamers like me and small streamers you support, or just in general anybody you like. So let's get started and let's see, what do we have? So of course we've already done 3 different stories.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose.
Let's go.
The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced, or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor.
Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
I mean, there is still something I'm hoping to show, because you can die without completing a story. But I don't know, I wasn't able to do it. So just to be able to complete these stories, I am going to do the first one.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble given time, but he was out of time.
Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy, and that he had a clever plan.
If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
I am going to do his harebrained scheme and take her to get tortured first. Let me do the worst one first.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty.
Same old story.
Had everybody
same
fled
old
the
story.
Ravens?
Blah blah blah. What do I got? Rare loot by 3%. Do I have anything else? 20% higher? Oh wait, I'm already equipped. Level 2? Nah. Treasure hunter.
Right, who wants to die first? The Ravens had taken the town. Renato had seen villages empty like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renato hoped the people were just hiding. It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable. The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere?
Oh,
Of
boy.
course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find ravens here. What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Shield breaker gem. Nice. Level 2. Oh, okay. Right. I have 1 skill point, okay. So, slow down time until your next action.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway?
Basic speedrun. Right.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got
Yeah,
hungry,
okay,
they
no.
sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners.
We already
Even
know.
top spies like Lapino.
Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously.
Unless this
Then
is the
they'd
first time
probably
you're
pin a
seeing this,
medal on
then
his chest.
please go back and check out part 1, which I streamed 2 weeks ago.
Or I could go that way, he thought.
Dear Zenobia, how are you enjoying the academy? New friends must already be flocking around you, no doubt. Here in the palace things are the same. I have much time to dedicate to my special hobby. I have been collaborating with Professor Calaveras and his team of experts to investigate the nature of the islands. My gut is telling me that the islands are alive. I think they will have a will of their own. Do you hear me, daughter? Our world could be more than floating masses of rock and water. Professor Calaveras and his boys have made measurements. The islands are drifting surrounded by endless sky. It is difficult to notice, but through careful measurements of the wind over long periods of time, they are certain the islands are moving westward. But where to? It may take centuries, millennia, to reach the destination. I have this strange idea. What if the islands are some sort of herd, and that they are deliberately searching for another herd of islands? Can you imagine new islands with their own inhabitants? the thought that we may not be alone. If only I could live long enough to witness the event with love, Father. Well, I'm pretty sure I did not see that the last time I went through there. Maybe it's different every time I go through. If I play these two... I'm gonna go look for a second.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that.
Hang on.
What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in his face.
Prep.
Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
I think you usually get healed anyway right after, Hold on. Give me a second, let me see if there's anything... Can't do anything else but interact. Alright, let's see.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats. So we made it. We capture Zenobia.
Skip.
We find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer.
Let's go take a look.
Oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt
can't
sure
skip this.
she had one for him.
On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Yeah, see, the core is going to be a lot of fun, because that's probably going to be what helps us get to the main ending, but for now we're playing a couple of different ideas, so... oh my lord. I don't know, I thought maybe with the update they take out... Unless there's something else I needed to do, something else I went to do. Because in this case, I'm just playing through them again and again, basically, so... Okay, this time we are going to go to Zenobia again. And first things first is... I'm going to do his harebrained scheme and actually capture her. And then take her to be tortured, I guess. Just because I'm trying to complete the stories, and also because it's the worst of the two, I believe, and then our second story will basically do the same path, and we'll take her to the Resistance to see what happens.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course.
Can I skip? Yes. If you've not seen this, please, like I said, go check out part 1, because part 1 will...
The city was already under Zenobia's control.
The stories are being told fully.
Renato
We've
shivered
already
at the
been
thought
over
of
this,
Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators.
Moment, please.
Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Yeah, we have already been over this once, basically, so if it is a path that I've already taken, I am just gonna skip, I believe, because it does take a while for them to go through a whole story. It's nice, but I would much love to keep moving if I can.
It was good to practice your moves,
Wow.
thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Okay, game. This is the way to go. Jeez.
What was really fun was hooking yourself onto a moving ship.
Mm-hmm. That does sound fun. We don't have any skill points. I know I really should be tapping the square button a little bit faster.
This gauntlet looks swell with that jewel in it.
Physical resistance. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm like I cough.
Maybe I should follow my nose, thought Renato.
The wind is on fire, it is hot, hot, hot. Oops. Whoa, okay, don't think I should have been able to walk out there like I did. Shield breaker helmet. That's dumb. Nope, not that one.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects.
Sure. So, new one. Wait, hang on. Okay, never mind that. No clue what I'm looking at. Yeah, let's go for the worst one first, and then...
Why was Lapino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lapino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lapino wanted. And there must be some way to play on that, Renato thought. A magical jewel. Renato couldn't wait to find a workbench. Bet you never saw that coming.
Oops. Oh, never mind. That kind of works. I guess. Oh. Oops.
So, what's this plan?
Yeah, what is?
Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could? Oh, God. Yeah, let's go ahead with the plan this time. Not the time for hammering skins, you little bastard. Sure, let's go.
This is gonna be fun,
Let's do it. Why
said
not?
Lapino, as he ran to go
Crazy
set
hair,
his marvelous plan.
mad hair. Yeah, his plan sucks. What do we got? Oh. Ah, that could be useful. 20% chance to deal double damage. 4% energy increases. No, I think I'll wait. Wait, I want physical resistance, not.
Those sheaves were really very well made, weren't they?
Energy on kill. Dear Zenobia, as you read this letter, you are locked in your chambers, ready to spend your last night before, well, you know. I will not apologize. I know you are too proud to forgive me. I also know you won't resist reading, though. You are a cat as much as I have tried to educate you like a proper toad. I swear to you, and you have to believe me, that I did not plan all this when I adopted you. You have always been my special little kitten. That is why I'm writing this now weeks in advance. I know I will not have the heart to do it the night of the sacrifice. If I think of you as my daughter, then I may change my mind. You must think I am selfish, and yes, I am a selfish, sad little toad that is afraid to die. But what I am doing will ultimately serve the greater good. I want the power. I want it all, and so I will keep my subjects content. Peace for eternity. Even if you hate me now, you can still respect that. You have to. It is the only way I can forgive myself for doing this to you. I will miss you for eternity. Tomorrow, try not to make a scene. Everyone will be watching. Still with love, Father. He's psychotic. I'm actually now wondering. This is the second one.
Renato
Alright,
felt
Rabbit.
dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong.
I don't think I
But
can
against
skip.
all odds, Lapino's idiotic plan worked.
Oh wait, I can.
She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye. Without ever
Yeah.
telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Renato was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Try to get her to turn against her. Wait, I can. Why? See, I know because I don't know. There's paths on both of these that can be taken. But maybe, I don't know, hang on. And we completely did, wait, why? Okay, I'm gonna stick with the plan, I guess. I think this actually changed the story when I did the two different types of...
Ah, Lapino was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look.
Oh wait, no.
You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet.
Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost.
Oh, wait,
Yelled
hold on.
Lapino. You have to catch her.
Okay, wait, I think I can still try the same exact thing I was doing. I don't think that plan has actually changed, but maybe there is. Maybe there is a different story to doing his plan as to
Cats can run
opposed
faster, but
to
foxes can run
not
longer.
doing
If
it.
he ran, he could
But
head
you
her
still
off
get
before
two
she
different
reached her
outcomes?
minions at the
I don't know.
outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
Okay, fam. Fox, fam. Ronaldo. Okay, so I'm not sure. I guess I'm just gonna do the two stories I planned on doing. And then seeing how that is. Because it can be... I guess it can be. Just basically spam square, basically.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
Also, I realize I think I did make a mistake when I was talking about this game the last time. I said I only had so many days, then today I believe I just realized that the reason I've got only so many days is because that's when my subscription to the PS Plus ends. That's why.
That was always a rush.
Not because of anything else, but just because I would need to pay again for another. Yeah, so it's the PlayStation Plus thing, not... I'm trying not to go upstairs like this.
In a swirl of newly
Slice
remembered
you in
knowledge,
two, you little
needed
bastards.
to focus.
Oof. Nice health. Okay, so I can't go back that way. Oops.
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Spam, spam, spam.
Bernardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Bernardo about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia.
See, I'm not gonna do
And
the
that
same
would turn
damn
the
thing.
tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Bernardo didn't like to think about what the interrogators would
And
do.
that's why you got the marks
just
right there, because there is new stuff you can do. So yes, there is the other base storyline. I can just do this one, honestly. If I want to do run over the same old ground, damn, I can just do the other two stories. Wait, since it's in part 3, that means there's like, if there's two more stories, that's there probably are actually 4 more stories to it, if that means that there is a different outcome.
As they reached the ruins, Bernardo could see ravens everywhere, searching for the rebel base.
We're doing this
They'd
then.
have to hide the Farfarer or go on foot. What if we
Push
get
me up.
separated? Asked Lapino. For once, thinking ahead. I'll draw you a map to the base. Bernardo told Lapino. Bernardo, don't do this, said Zenobia. We were friends once. We... Shut it, witch, or I'll shackle your mouth too, said Lapino.
Rude rabbit.
See? Bernardo thought. There was no way Lapino was working for the Empire. He really hated Zenobia. And then, a few moments later, they touched down.
So I guess there is the multiple different paths then. So let's go get to the base and then let's go to the next
Lapino
story.
pulled Zenobia off the Farfarer, Bernardo readied himself for the battle ahead. I'm sorry I nicked your jacket, she said. It's just... It's stupid, but... It smelled like you. What? He said, confused. Then... Why didn't you write? Why didn't you far speak?
Memory!
Romantic nostalgia. Let's
Oh,
go.
I appreciate you showing up.
Shrieked Lapino. So Renato launched himself down the path to the secret base.
It's very nice surprise that you actually pay attention to this, the YouTube
None of
notifications.
these things, didn't there?
Because I know I did not. I know I did not promo this time. I've not even opened Discord today. I'm doing pretty good. I got some nice wine here. And I am playing a game that's very pretty and I enjoy. Wait, what do I want to do? Because I do like...
Haven't you always wanted to do that?
Yeah, I am definitely doing a little bit better. Hang on, not this way. So this game is Stories, The Path of Destiny, Destinies, and I actually got this one free in the PlayStation Plus. 1 month it happened to be on the shop, no charge, so I thought I get to play as a fox, and it actually is a pretty nice game. A boom.
He missed her. Not Zenobia. Hypatia. The kid's
Hang on.
mother. Renato had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her.
Yeah, you get 2 options, two free picks if you want them to download.
Good thing Renato didn't have vertigo.
And I don't know how long I've had this one. This has been quite a while I've had this game. I've just finally gotten to streaming it a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm gonna do this like every 2 weeks on Sunday. And I get the slice and dice sheet, so I mean,
Since what? Renato really like the sound.
Come here, bird brain.
In the air.
Button mash. Ooh.
Renato was walking Zenobia
I swear
to the
I'm
rebel's
pushing
secret
that
base,
direction.
where she would be interrogated. So, why was he feeling so scared?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this month is, but I would hope it is something fun. It might already be something I've downloaded, but I've just not played. So but this story, I'm in
I
chapter
need more
4 of it.
materials, thought Renato.
Not aiming the right way. Yeah, this game was definitely not a recent game. This game was technically like years, like well over a year ago, years. I do have like a couple of other games that I would like to do. One of them. Oh, wait. There we go. One of them's basically a blind game. And you play as a girl who lost her sight, and that was not a free game. I did pay a little money for it.
They were going to be great friends.
And the storyline goes along the lines of you got this cat that comes and says hello to you, and the cat stops coming, so she actually goes out, sets out to find the cat. And she can't see, so as you're walking, the world is being revealed to you. And there's still like a couple of trophies I'd like to get.
This kind of firewall. You had to warm it up to you.
And there's still a couple of trophies I would like to get before I actually do play it. But it's called Beyond Eyes, and like the coloration of the world that comes into focus, just vibrant, bright colors. And like the second one, a lifeless planet, and it's basically walking around on, in the beginning,
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Stolen, oh my god, stolen. Of course you're a fox. Hey, my brother. But you're basically on like this deserted planet. Deserty in the beginning, Trying to find this woman. Ooh.
Now he could slice the wings off a fly in the air. Not that he would. It's sort of mean, really.
Oh, attack speed. Hello. So you're basically exploring a forsaken planet, astronaut type deal, wide open area, and I've only done so much of it. So again, that's like something I really wanna just kind of do a little bit of a play. I've also got one horror game I'm not exactly certain about.
They caught their breath. It's beautiful, she said, looking at the ruins. This used to be the library of Ubar, he said. Before your father's ravens smashed it. Do we have to talk politics? She asked. That's not how I want to remember you, she said with an odd, wistful look at her face. She was as beautiful as she'd ever been. And as brave. Lapino huffed. They got back on the trail.
Now, honestly, I should go ahead and let this just play when the story comes across.
This was definitely better than pulling yourself up in a bucket.
Just give them a free shot. Hey, I'm just giving them a better chance because they actually do need, because they suck. Yeah, I'm a little bit iffy on Layers of Fear. You've probably heard of that one. Punish, terrorize, humiliate. The masses have been raising their fists, led by a handful of nobles with too much ambition. It is envy that the power that I seek is something they want for themselves. They are just criminals who want to steal from us. There is but one punishment for such a crime: death. Make an example of the leaders. Execute anyone who dares following them. Or is it fear that the sacrifices I have been making will extend to them? Is this a war for survival? Show them the true meaning of fear. Strike them fast and strike them hard. Make them suffer. Burn everything they hold dear. Or is it pride that the meaning of those sacrifices would forever escape their comprehension? They want inclusion, a say in my decisions. This arrogance cannot be allowed. Take those who surrender to the salt mine. Let their lungs fill with corrosive dust. Let them betray one another for scraps of food. Let their children watch as they fall into savagery. End the rebellion without mercy. Punish, terrorize, humiliate. Emperor Asingrim 3 War Manifesto. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I don't exactly
Smashing things was fun.
do well with scary games. That's why I wonder why I play some of the ones I do. Are you not gonna smash? This is why I can't play Super Smash Bros. Melee. We have no way to smash.
Shall we dance? Good, the lead raven.
Oh, whoa. Boom, baby! no, 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 no. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming. Fat shamed. Hi, hi, hello. Hello. Goodbye.
You blinked.
Didn't see that. Didn't see that coming. Cow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming either. Ouch. I was a little bit too quick on moving into the room and not even trying to be careful. Okay, I think that I still actually do have... I think that there is actually...
Long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
I'm gonna...
Whoa, personal space.
Time freezes after a successful counterattack. How am I not dead on that? I was actually at 0 health. How am I not dead?
If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
Oh. Oh, ice. Well, I'm probably screwed going into here, but let's go anyway. Or not. Okay, never mind. It's good. Hello.
This one looked familiar. Had he lost this one in a card game? Welcome back, he thought.
Slam. Nope. So there is actually, I believe, like 4 more stories I can go through with just the first just the first path. I actually get like 8 different stories I can go through.
As they made their way to the secret rebel base, Renato felt strange. Zenobia was his prisoner. Yet
Here we go.
somehow, she felt more like an old friend. He wanted to tell her all his secrets, but suddenly, the ruins lit up with thousands of fireworks. There was a thunderous roar and dust rose. The caves were collapsing.
The caves!
You've been playing me? Renato said, and he stared at Zenobia.
I'm sorry, she said, and she seemed almost embarrassed. Then, everything went dark.
When Renato came to, he had a terrible headache. Also, Zenobia's sword was at his throat. And her shackles were gone. So was Lapino. The terrible thing is, he said, I really have missed you. Now that we've destroyed the rebellion, Would you consider becoming an advisor to the Emperor's daughter?
I'm no one's servant. Everybody serves. Even if it's only destiny.
I like to choose my own destinies, he said. The whole
Isn't that
point
Naruto line?
of a destiny is you can't choose. Oh, never mind, she said. Look, if I see you again, I'll have to kill you.
He watched her ship soar away. He would see her again, he decided. Even if he had to fight his way across the entire fleet.
Yeah, maybe I should not skip any of the story, even if it does take a little bit more time. Because I'm already 53 minutes in, even
The
with
Imperial
skipping a
fleet
little bit.
was cleaning up the few rebel remnants. For
Oh
only a
boy, I
moment,
have no health.
he thought about running.
But heroes don't run, even when the world is against them. Even when their cause is hopeless, and their efforts futile, and pointless, and useless, and death painful and guaranteed. He's decided to stop thinking for a while.
Yeah, you should. You should just stop thinking, Fox. Just seriously, stop thinking and just play the damn game. To kill this toad. Let's take
I
a
wonder
shot.
what happens if I go that way.
Fun. That's what happens. I think I do like the Void Sword. That is supposed to give you a little bit of a faster slice and dice. Come on, you slow as. Absolute.
Renaro's arm was sore, his armor wet with raven blood. He was tired of death. But death was not yet tired of him. The rebels were losing. Badly. In some other universe, Renaro thought, he and Zenobia had left sword fu school together, taken other names and sailed off into the mists. But not this Zenobia, and not him. For him, there was nothing to do but forge ahead. Kill the Emperor and end this.
Nope.
Going to charge for all the holes.
At least right at the end there, we don't have to fight, so all I gotta do is get through the ships and we're done with the story. Well, a story in this big book of stories. The game is by no means I was hitting buttons. Why was it not working? Checkpoint.
Rush. Oh.
I thought I played the last one good, but getting a little sidetracked. My fault. Okay, I need to learn the
This would be the perfect place for a tic-tac-toe board.
Ow. Tic-Tac-Toe, you're dead. That's the Tic-Tac-Toe game you're thinking of? Okay, wait, I think maybe... Yeah. It's like I was saying, you know, if you missed the story, maybe you should go ahead and go check out part 1. Maybe I should go ahead and just let him play through. Just basically, just let him play through, even if it's something that I've already seen. So yeah, I'll remember not to do that. The 4th story I play through, I skipped.
We reached the
a little
Emperor's
bit.
ship.
Okay, don't do that.
Zenobia was there. Why'd you have to come back? She said, "Guess I'm just serving my destiny." He shrugged. "You don't even know what that word means," she said. "Do you ever wonder if things have been different all the time?" she said, and drew her sword. In the end, Renato lay bleeding out on the deck. Zenobia sat by his side, upset. "What are you so upset about?" he asked. "You wouldn't understand. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave school? I was afraid you'd convince me not to." "I guess I'll have to buy you a drink in the halls of the Valiant then," he told her, and then he was gone. And he hadn't learned anything new this time.
No.
He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome.
New story completed. Story number 10, Walking the Cat. What kind of hero am I? A hero who doesn't run even when the whole world is against him. Damn! So, I've completed 4 of the many stories we have. So basically it is... I think that there is still like 4 different stories based on the first storyline you go to. So the summary of it, I think the first paragraph is the exact same in all of the Zenobia ones, all the blue ones, which is, hang on. Oh. Well, maybe not then. Zenobia was the Mad Emperor's daughter and his greatest general. Interrogating her could expose enemies' secrets and turn the tides of war. So Renato and Lapino set out to capture her and, against all expectations, succeeded. But little did Renato know that her capture was a ploy by the Empire to find out the location of the secret rebel base and destroy it. He took Zenobia to the interrogators and all hell broke loose. Swearing vengeance, Renato chased after Zenobia. He, unfortunately, was no match for her. And with a hint of sadness, she killed the fox. So every path, assuming every path, does lead to a different story.
There would be a way to win. Renato could feel it. He'd have to explore choices he'd never made before he could figure it all out, though. And with that, the book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. And he fell.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor.
Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
I mean, technically, yes. He very much could. I think I can do, I believe, one more story. Let's see what the other path that I'm gonna do holds.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own.
Okay, I'm not gonna skip.
Always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time.
Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan.
If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison?
I think
The village
next.
was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens?
I think the next time I do play this, I will go ahead and do some different stories.
Fresh meat.
Button mash. One button mash. How are they healing with? You don't give them any attention, they'll heal themselves. The longer the battle goes on.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Renato had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens call about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Well, wait, I'm just gonna keep going. I don't wanna go through any extra areas. But I'll let the story play at least.
They really needed to redecorate anyway. The village looked so peaceful. Were the villagers hiding somewhere? Of course not. No matter how much he searched, he would only find ravens here. It was time for a little exploration.
Like I said, I'm surprised with even the skipping that it took a little over 1 hour for that to even be done. That does surprise me. It really feels like this shouldn't take this long. It's like, also, I still go back to the fact that I know that he actually did kill me that one time, but right now there doesn't seem to be any...
This chest was filled with reprints of the entire Sandman series. Reprints? What was the point of collecting those? Ooh, and there was something else.
Got him.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino.
Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Is this the same one? Yeah, it's the same one I've read. So I'm pretty sure that's just all energy until it be completely leveled. And yeah, there's ores in a couple of barrels. A barrel.
Dirty
There's
and
Lapino.
bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino.
Just gonna let
The
play.
rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Bernardo recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The Ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia.
They forgot to put the word
capture Zenobia,
actually in
we
there.
find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him.
On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
I'm just curious, like, what the stories are gonna do.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course.
I'm gonna leave it.
She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him.
The rabbit had a point, and Renato had a feeling she'd want to see him again. Who knows what could happen between the two of them this time around?
She knows all his plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
We have no time for Lapino's harebrained schemes this time around.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was
No.
war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
I'll do the opposite one this time. And you play through the same storyline. The same first storyline. Multiple times. Just to get every story they've got.
Come on. One fox. No waiting.
This was the nice part of town, but the ravens had been through here. They like to take shiny things home to their nests.
We've not gained enough skill points. No.
Trust a raven further than you could throw one. But did vertical drop count?
Goodbye. At the expense of health. And fire.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
He's on fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. I set the night on fire. This is gonna break stuff sometimes. It really does. IRL, no lie. Scores of hours. That sounds like the Monster Hunter mission.
Why was Lapino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap.
Lapino's on crack.
But you never
What do
knew how
expect?
Lapino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lapino wanted. And there must be some way to play on that, Bernardo thought. Gogglers. Bernardo hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would.
Actually, I'm curious. I want to see what we can see. Okay, so I spy the rabbit. Am I able to go back now? No, it actually does not allow me to go down to this sewer now.
So,
And it's
what's this plan of yours?
burnt all the hell
Use
on
me
the
as
one
bait,
side.
said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon.
I
What
really
could
don't like
possibly
this
go
rabbit.
wrong? thought Renato.
No, this is not a time for your harebrained schemes this time around, you little
Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better.
I do, because I'm a
Said
fox
Lapino.
and you're a dumb rabbit. Dumb bunny. It's Zenobia.
What's
I
behind
really am just
door number 2?
dumb bunny. I'm gonna smack the shiz in the cage. Booyaka shit. I don't know, maybe I will have time for like one more round of fun. Oh,
Really wasn't making a dent in those shields.
make a dent in your ass. You little shit. Oh.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me?
Zenobia said as her ship lifted off.
Now I just wanted some privacy, Renato said.
Renato knew she still had feelings for him. Maybe he could just cut to the chase. But was timing right for that?
Wait. Wait. Excuse me. Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Stick to his plan. Convince her to help with the rebellion. I think it's... Wait! What did I do the first time? Because it shows... Okay. Okay. Convince her to help. I think it's this one that I did last time. And of course it does give me 2 separate paths. So...
Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why.
I think this
His
is
Imperial
what
Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious.
Yes, I think
You
this
can't
is...
prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
Just show him her madness, but don't lie to her and take her right to the rebellion. Basically.
The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims.
Yep, this is...
Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them. Oh, they really ought to put a railing on this thing, he thought.
Yeah! Pretty sure the stairs is the right way to go, technically. So I'll go shot this.
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
Ah, ice. Sweet. Just basically breaking crystals. I need to upgrade my sword. Give me orbs.
Had that door been opened before?
Probably. Most likely, yes. Not sure. I don't know, but there are still trophies I have not gotten in this one yet. Slade. Nice. Wait, did I... Okay. At school, we learned the gospel of the Transcendent Emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But could one man, divine as he may be, create something as intricate as time? I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom rather than a gift. I am convinced that on a cosmic scale there is a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor ended chaos and started the age we live in, an age of cause and effect, of fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry upon which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation for order's companion, entropy. But in the age of chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts, emotions can shape worlds, and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I am merely helping the inevitable. Entropy has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. Emperor Aston Grimm 3, Secret Journal. Well. Now that toad needs to be taken care of. Which way am I going? Yep, up the stairs. Okay. Oh, that was good. Sometimes I can get them, and sometimes I just cannot. I don't know.
She caught up with him.
Oh.
Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in? Oh, no, I'd destroy his books and... All right, I suppose I wouldn't. She stopped, troubled. He ran on.
Yeah, she knows something's up. I mean, all in all, we already know that she's definitely not like her father. We already learned more than we really want to know. There's some very bad things in this game, as pretty as this is. It's the deep meaning to it is very, very dark. But it's not a horror game. It's just it's dark, but it's not a horror game. It's an adventure game. Just the meaning behind it.
Bernardo had been searching for a way to save the rebellion. Lapino wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion.
Wow. The sword felt even colder.
Tell me chill, bro. Here we go. Ow!
Energy spheres. Easy to dodge, but boy do they sting if you didn't pay attention.
I'm not exactly sure how to dodge these. Oh. Let's say I suck. Perfect.
I don't have to clean up around here, he thought.
That could have been a little bit easier than it was, I think. Oh well. What's in the chest? Okay, maybe I should use the energy. Here we go.
There was an inscription on the platform. Balaleka lessons, with an address.
What? I mean, it really does surprise me if the first story that I just did and it took 60 minutes, it's gonna surprise me even if all of them do actually take 60. They don't feel like they should take an hour. But I guess a story is a great story, takes a good amount of time.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there, even if she did love him?
So it was this same way with the last one, because I did do the two different things. I either picked Lapino's strategy or just went in. And I played through 2 stories with that. Both of those. And then so I come back here and I intend to do the opposite strategies, which I am doing. And I get 2 different things I could go directionally. So I'm assuming if I pick the opposite strategy now for those tasks, I'm gonna get 2 more different things I can do for the end story. But like I said, I guess next time I probably will go ahead and do... I'll go ahead and try maybe to go for like the main big ending, I guess.
Renato reached Lapino by far speaker Toad, the one creature the Ravens had left alive at the observatory. Lapino seemed awfully anxious to meet him at the secret base. If he was a spy for the Empire, he'd turn around and reveal the coordinates to the Empire, jeopardizing the entire rebellion. But Renato couldn't bear to think that Lapino would commit such horrible treachery. There was still good in the Mad Rabbit. He felt sure of it. "I'll meet up with you at the base," Lapino said through the Toad. "Good thinking." Renato gave him the coordinates. "There's a shuttle here I can borrow." Renato found Zenobia in the chart room. "I've been having awful dreams," she said. "Dead kittens and worse. I thought they were only dreams, you know. Why would anyone want the lost gods back? In those days, the favorite of a god could become immortal." She held herself and shivered. "He wants to become an eater of souls." "Well, I'm not afraid to die. Just tired of boredom," Renato said, but she didn't laugh. Silence fell as they flew towards the ruins of the city of Ubar, where the rebellion leadership was hiding. If Zenobia couldn't help them fight off her father, no one could.
Lapino revealing where the rebel base is might actually be... This might have been what I needed to do to actually make him give me the option to dead end.
He could smell the ravens and hear their hungry caws in the distance. "They're probably looking for me," she said. "You go on ahead." She had that fiery look in her eyes that he'd always loved. It was a bit odd, though.
How easy she'd been to convince. It was what he'd gambled on, but he'd expected more of an argument. She'd always loved to argue. She considered it the fastest way to the truth. Maybe she'd long suspected the truth. Sometimes all it took was taking the bandages from your eyes. That must be it, he told himself.
I don't think I need to actually worry about it right now, because there is, I've got to take that same path now, because there is other directions to go, other endings for that path. So I'm going to have to go in that direction anyway, so I don't really need to worry about it. I can show the dead end the next time I decide to play that story. The next time I play, I will see about
Don't get ahead of yourself, lad.
New paths I can pick. I'll try to pick... Are you gonna let me slice it? Next time I decide to play this game, I'm going to pick a few paths I've not done.
He thought about
Combat's so cool.
Oh, she'd been an amazing rabbit. She could talk to him about comics, and talk to her son about history and battles, and talk to scholars about the ancient tomes hidden deep in the vaults of the Library of Ubar. Oh, Renato really missed her.
That was the young rabbit's mother in the prologue that we got the book from. Oh. That's sad.
Take a leap of faith, said the inscription.
Go ahead and heal. There we go. There we go. Get some of the most epic fights like that, and then I can fall flat.
If Zenobia had really turned, the war could soon be over.
This is freaking
She could
awesome.
send orders to the fleet that would leave their defenses wide open. The rebels could sail right in
I say sarcastically.
to the Emperor. Victory, with not too many casualties. Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours.
Every time you go through a story, you always get the same chest back. You gain more ore every time. You can go over the exact same ground every time.
A present? For me?
And this game is really great. If you do want to check this one out, it is basically the name that I've got the title as. It is Stories of the Path of Destinies, exactly as that. And yeah, it probably is going to cost a little bit of money, but
The new pathway made Renato curious.
there is definitely a lot to try to find. It is a fun game. It's beautiful. Nice! Oh, now that is the combat I like right there. Beautiful. I mean, if it is anything like the other games that I've gotten, oh, whoa, whoa, no, no, please. Game? Excuse me? Oh no. Oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, hang on, hang on, hang on.